And welcome back. Here we are in the post-rocketry upgrade in the Rockets moon base. Couple of things. I didn't think watching duplicants sweep for 7 cycles was very exciting, so I went ahead and ran that before I kicked off the stream. So we left off on cycle 42. It's now cycle 49, the end of cycle 49. The duplicants have swept up a ton. I had a bunch of debris here in this bedroom, these 2 bathrooms, this med bay. I had a bunch of debris down here by the rock granulator, and there's still some they haven't swept up down here by my algae terrarium oxygen production facility. Yeah, that was 7 cycles of that, not very exciting. But what I did not want to do was queue up any new work, do any research, or bring in a dupe while the stream was off. So I'm a little behind on that. As you may recall from the last episode, poor Otto got stranded over here with 1 missing ladder that I didn't see in time to save his life. Otto has been fetched from over here, and he now rests in peace. R.I.P. Tasteful Memorial. We'll miss you, Otto. But more importantly, we'll miss what you did. Otto was my best miner. I didn't want to move any jobs around either, so I'm going to go ahead and do that now, though. I'm going to move Catalina into the dig profession, up 1 from apprentice miner to miner. Marie, I am not going to move her to a senior architect just because I can't handle the stress. Expectations of 16 versus 8. Stinky, I think I'm going to move Stinky into this branch. Stinky's going to have some stress problems, but I need the research speed. Specifically, I'm a little bit behind on the research, especially since I spent the last 9 cycles not researching anything to work on cleaning up all that debris I had in my base. Max, I might have to move Max into ranching, just because I want to grab some of the critters before they die. If all my hatches go extinct, that's it. So I'm probably going to want to grab a couple of hatches and put them into a ranch. Bert, I didn't realize that Bert was 100% groundskeeping, which means he's going to forever have +2 to strength. He's got a +3 to cooking, and right now, I believe Catalina's been doing all the cooking. She's got a +5. I'm going to go ahead and move Bert down to sous chef. Now that I've done most of that sweeping, I know there's going to be some ongoing, but I really need somebody who is... He can't cook. He can't cook. Bert. Okay. Well, Bert, how about farming? You can farm. Alright. Or you can groundskeep. We're going to have Bert groundskeep because I'm going to bring in a new duplicant right now. We're going to take a look and see what we've got. Cannot dig, cannot combat, and flatulent. That takes May straight out of the equation. Cook. You have no bonuses to cooking, but you like to cook, so you'll advance quickly in mastery of your craft. I do need a dedicated cook. We are up to 16,000 kcals of food. At one point I was up to almost 40 during that 7 cycles that I didn't record. But I basically had somebody cooking the whole time. So I'm going to go ahead and bring in Abe. And assign him right away to the job of cook. So what I'm probably going to do, every 3 cycles we get a new dupe. I'm probably going to bring in a new dupe for the next 5 dupes, or 4 I guess. Bring my population up to 10 as quickly as I can. It was painful watching those duplicants run around and trying to sweep everything and still do all the things they needed to do to keep the base just running, with farming and cooking food, and supplying the algae and the water to everything that needs it. So I need more dupes, is what that boils down to. And I also need to move to an electrolyzer oxygen production because I really need oxygen production that's not using algae, first of all, and secondly that my dupes don't have to keep maintaining. With the electrolyzer, they have to keep bringing it algae. I'm sorry, the deoxidizer, they need to keep bringing in algae, and these guys, they need to keep bringing in algae, they need to keep pumping, cleaning out the dirty water. These guys are doing a great job of eating up all my carbon dioxide, but they're still high maintenance. As you see, they're still running around sweeping everything. I also noticed that I'm getting some pretty high pressures in here of polluted oxygen, and I just don't have somewhere to put an oxygen deodorizer, so I think I'm going to get rid of this flower pot. Let's go ahead and deconstruct that guy. And this thing finally wrapped up here. It's a sad recreation room, but it's a rec room, and I think it's enough of a rec room. It's enough of a rec room. If we slow down the game, I might click on somebody. There we go. That it counts. Above average decor, terrible meal, great hall. Loves that great hall. Washroom, barracks, duplicate. Maybe because they haven't used the rec room. I don't know, but look at that above average decor +3. That's huge. That was not the case before I did all that sweeping. So I think that sweeping really brought up the decor. And food is not doing me any favors on morale. But 14 out of 12 is great. And actually, who's my scientist now? Stinky. So I'm really curious to see where Stinky's at on the stress. 14 out of 12. Oh, that is phenomenal. So if we can keep that up, we'll be doing good. Now, speaking of research, I do want to get somebody into ranching, so I really need to research this ranching branch. I'm going to go ahead and kick that off. And then after that, I think we're going for environmental protection. Getting into some exosuits. Move the game speed back up. Okay, deodorizer, drop that down right here. Hopefully, before this over pressurizes and escapes out the door, I'll be able to turn it into oxygen. What I might want to do is move this compost out a little bit. I also need to protect this from the heat. This is really getting warm in here. But move this compost, maybe do a little pop out here on this bathroom and put a deodorizer here, and then put a airflow tile. So as the air flows up, pressurizes in here, flows up out of the bathroom, it goes right into a deodorizer. We'll see how this works out. If I'm not leaking polluted oxygen out into my base, and I don't think it's, yeah, it's not, it doesn't have any germs in it. There's no surface germs, miraculously. I would think it would have food poisoning, but maybe food poisoning can't be airborne. But if it did get just a little bit of slime lung in here, that slime lung would spread throughout all that polluted oxygen, so we'll just keep an eye on that. We do have a bunch of blank canvases still. I'll have to reassign an artist to that. They were sweeping down here. They were just picking up some coal. I do have quite a bit of coal. Spread throughout my base. So I think I'm also going to, oh, sorry for that. Jumped around a lot. I'm going to put a compactor down here and just load it full of coal. That way they can refill the coal generator without having to run all over the base. Of course, they will have to run all over the base to move my coal down here, but... And this became quite the CO2 trap. Even though I tried to stop it with this door. Well, it was a vacuum effectively when I cut it out, so I'm not too surprised that CO2 flowed down here. And it doesn't, I don't see it saying that it's consuming CO2, but it should be. It's using algae, using water, I don't see it using CO2. I wonder if that only consumes CO2 from the bottom square, and the bottom square's got too much water in it. Kind of like weed sports, the way they suck up air from the bottom. I don't know. But oxygen's looking really good. In fact, it's not good enough to turn that off. No. So, this got finished while those 7 cycles went by. Just a real quick summary. I don't think I finished my list. I had 3 dupes come down with heat stroke while working on this water basin over here. But they did finish the water basin, including the plumbing and wiring needed. Plumbing, there we go, and wiring needed to use this hot water. I did finish researching agriculture. I did finish these fire poles. These were queued up but not built. We buried Otto, made a lot of food, ate a lot of food. Yeah, that was it. So it wasn't too exciting, those 7 cycles, like I said. Alright, I've got a little bit of iron on hand, that's good. Okay, this guy's done. I'm going to go to consumable ore, coal, high priority. They should not only pick up and sweep all the coal that I've got down here, but they should move it from all of these other containers into that container. Okay, ranching is done. Let's go back into research here and beeline for environmental protection. This will be huge and ties hand in hand with our oxygen production, which we're going to go ahead and kick off now. So this is going to be a mess. I need to dig out a big area here for oxygen and hydrogen to expand into. I'm going to trap my hydrogen at the top of my base. I'm going to probably convert that into a hydrogen energy production system so that the hydrogen doesn't overtake my entire base. So to do this, I need to get rid of this water and do a lot of digging. Yeah, let's go ahead and get started. First thing, I want to get this water out of here, and to do that, I'm going to open this door. Alright, and then just simply dig these out. If it works as I expect, this water should just drain out into this larger basin. That's fortuitous. It's definitely not something that I had planned. That does lined up like that. Alright, that water was getting kind of low anyway. I have been growing my thimble reed, so I am up to 12 reed fiber, which is great. That'll equate out to I think 6 exosuits, and since we're building or researching out to build the exosuits, we will also need to research Oh, it's right there, the exosuit forge. So once we get environmental protection, we'll build that forge and start building some suits while we build the infrastructure here for these docks. I also want to get a ranch, and I think I might actually put the ranch in the hydrogen, because one of my favorite things in the world is the Dreco. And there is a glossy Dreco, and if I can manage to get one of these bad boys, they give out plastic when you groom them, but they only grow their plastic when they are in a hydrogen environment. So I could either build a ranch where I've got naturally occurring hydrogen, or try and take advantage of my oxygen production system, which obviously doesn't exist yet. So I am going to get working on that. I'm going to put it here for now. Gas flow tile and insulated liquid pipe. It's been 3 cycles already. So as far as jobs go, we probably could use, let's see, another farmer for sure, probably an engineer, and I could keep stealing Marie for art temporarily. But let's see what we've got here. Okay, you are so slow. I would not ever want you in my base. Banny. I have no idea how to pronounce your name. Loud sleeper. Should have to have her own bedroom, basically. And cannot cook. That's fine. Look at that athletics. Holy cow. I am going to take Bubbles, and Bubbles will be a farmer. Alright. So, speaking of farming, I need to convert this into a greenhouse. And to do that, I need a farm station. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to put the farm station down here. Then I'm going to extend the size of the farm. But I also need to, of course, dig this out. I'm going to stop that. I'm going to dig this out. Okay. And I also need to door it off. So I'm going to shrink this a little bit so I can get some doors in here and turn some of these into airflow tiles. So I'm doing this 3 high, of course, because the farm station is 3 high. These only need to be 2 high to grow the mealwood. I want to reduce the overall number of tiles inside my farm. Don't want a bunch of wasted overhead space. Maximum size for the greenhouse is 96 tiles. So I'm going to have to shrink this down so that the airspace in here is 96 tiles or less. I'm going to let that one finish growing first, 90%. This coal generator has been working great. I disabled the manual generator, so I've been wasting a lot less time running around. I'm going to add a hydrogen system up here. Again, probably with another smart battery. For now, I'm probably going to hook it all into the same grid. Although my grid can cap out at 1620, so maybe I'll throw everything on this side of the base, on the hydrogen system, and leave everything over here on the coal system. Separate my grid. That sounds like a plan. Alright, so this finished draining, so I can close this door. And I can mop this up. Alright, fantastic. Go ahead and ladder up. And it's not that warm up here. 88. Not gonna worry about that for now. I was thinking about putting some thermal tiles in here, but we'll let that go for now. Died. I'll have to find another Paku. Thought there was an egg in there, but I guess not. So the critters age and die, but I've noticed that the morbs don't seem to have an age, so they're immortal. Oh, finally found a cold biome. Interesting. That is not close. Oof. That would take some work to get down to, but it's... maybe I can find one that's up higher. I don't know, we'll see. Come on. Airflow tile, thank you. What I'm doing here, I'm just slowly walking over my dig because I'm trying to keep the debris from falling into the water. Who is this guy? Abe? Abe, let me tell you a little something about researching. You're not good at it. You shouldn't do it. What you should be doing is cooking. You should be doing a lot of cooking. Cook, Abe, cook. Very good. And what happened here? I don't know where all that fluid water came from. Well, we're gonna pick that up. Oh, How did I not see that over there? Dope! Alright, mop it up, boys and girls. They're gonna be so unhappy. Here, listen to them. Alright, and... Huh. Okay. That was a mess. Got all that polluted water. Alright, so right now I'm using clean water and I'm dumping it over here. Wrong one. I'm dumping it over here. Turning it into oxygen. But what I want to do is I want to take my polluted water from over here, purify it, and then dump it over here. So, to do this, need a little bit of infrastructure here. I'm actually going to throw some granite tiles down here. Shrinking the overall size of this water basin also. But it's also going to let me dig in over here. The fertilizer is incredibly weak, and just a little bit of water on the far side of fertilizer, and it'll actually bust through. I'm a little bit worried that this is gonna start to fill up here. And once it gets too full, of course, it's gonna overflow. Especially now that I just added a ton of polluted water bottles. So I want to start using that water. So I'm gonna roughen the plumbing here. I'm gonna bring this. Hopefully the temperature's not going to be a problem. I think I'm going to bring it through my farm. I'll bring it through my farm. And then... down here. Now, from a refinement standpoint, I'm going to want a water sieve. So for that, I need to research distillation. So, how are we doing on exosuits? Really good. So when that's done, we'll move on to distillation, and then I can start using my polluted water to create my oxygen, which these algae terrariums will actually delete a lot of the germs, converting the germy clean water to less germy polluted water. Looks like they're doing a lot of sweeping. I'm going to make this a little easier for them. Trying to avoid the germs here. Puffed like Prince Egg. Oh, that's good. Paku's died off, but looks like I've got a little while on the pufflets. Do I have any other polluted oxygen? Or polluted water, I'm sorry. Ah, there we go. There's another Paku. Oh, they don't live very long. Oh, they don't live very long at all. Oh, there I've got an egg. Oh, he's about to die. Jeez. I really need to do some Paku farming. Thinking of spanning some ladders over here, but I'm just going to box it in. It's an appropriately sized room. Probably turn that into a hatch ranch. Research real quick. Alright, we're done with that. We're going to distillation. And then I think we're going for fossil fuels. We can also take advantage of some of this natural gas. We're going to have power for days. I know I said I wasn't that worried about the temperature, but I'm gonna worry about it anyways. So this is gonna be touching a contaminated tile, so these tiles are gonna continually get contaminated. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna dig out an airspace behind them. So that's alright, because it actually will help me get to this metal. Place there. Staircase, let him get over there before I dig that out. Alright, we've got another duplicant available. Let's see who we got. Let's take a look at jobs real quick. Still need someone who can operate. I'm going to go ahead and promote Bert here. Good job, Bert. Maybe somebody who can operate, somebody who can art, and maybe another farmer, because I'm going to have to make one of these guys a rancher. Uses less oxygen, squeamish, art with a low creativity. Farm and ranch. Actually, that's really good. You're not good at either one of them, but you can do them. Oh, I can't do it. And flatulent. Reject. Sorry, guys. I'm going to want to sweep this up here. I'm going to want to be opening this door here to get down here for this build. So I am going to sweep these up. Alright, progressing as I had hoped. They didn't trap themselves over here. Alright, when my hydrogen starts building up in here, I am not going to want it over here. So I'm actually going to wall that off. Okay, so I'm going to finish this rail. I'm going to wire this up. And then we're going to call it a day. Alright, and then so next time, when we come back, we will, let's see, we will be producing hydrogen. We'll start getting a pool of hydrogen over here. I'm actually going to so we'll get a pool of hydrogen over here. We will be able to use that. Go ahead and build a door. So that hydrogen will be able to start a reservoir to power a hydrogen generator, which we'll probably put up here also. Alright, I've got a high priority on slime, so they're picking up all the slime and delivering it over here, which is good. So it's not producing fluid oxygen everywhere. It's actually keeping this whole area from getting that bad. They can just finish these 3 tiles up. Alright, they dug that out. Wall this up. I'm not sure they're going to be able to build that corner tile, but it'll be fine. Alright, and my oxygen generation has started here already, so I'm kicking out some hydrogen. I'm going to go ahead and disable this deoxidizer. Shouldn't need that anymore. It looks like I do have some fluid oxygen over here though. Not sure where that came from, but let's throw down a few deodorizers. Jumping back into research, fossil fuels. Just going to queue this up so I don't forget I want to do it. That actually can't be built there because of those stairs. Okay. We can move it up. Yeah, we can move it up. We'll put it right there. Yeah, but we're going to insulate the farm. And bring that water in here. And it's going to be hot coming out of here, actually. We're going to do insulated water pipe. And we're going to connect it right there. Can I do a shutoff valve? I can do a shutoff valve. I think it's going to take power, which is fine. Not sure why that's unreachable. Oh, I have that door turned off. Yeah. Are you stuck over here? What's happening? Okay. I don't understand what just happened there. The duplicate was having a complete fit. Oh, I'm not sure what that was. But we're just gonna do this, I guess. Okay, it's good for now. Let's close that door. Tomorrow morning, I guess. I'm gonna have a bunch of hydrogen trapped up there. It's not completely a bad thing. Okay, so we got our oxygen cut over to water to oxygen through an electrolyzer. We've got a trap for our hydrogen. We're gonna have to do some piping up here, gas piping up here. Got part of this thermally separated from the base. I still need to do a thermal separation on this side of the base, just so I don't forget to do that next time. Let's go ahead and draw that down. I'm going to throw a ladder in here and just put an air pocket. Down here we've got our water sieve system. I'm going to go ahead and turn the switch off. So this cutoff valve should stop delivering water. And then this system here will filter our water. As soon as I connect it, one more hook bridge. There we go. And that water cutoff valve is need to deconstruct. That pipe just goes right through, so I'll try deconstructing the liquid pipe. To there, not all the way through. And then this pipe we don't need. And this liquid cutoff valve is backwards. It's fine. It's still cut off for now. That's pretty funny, actually. So now I will be able to take water from the sieve and pump it back into my system if I wanted to. Okay, so I have a water pipe. Why are you not pumping water? Because I never plugged you in? Because I never plugged you in. Let's do this. Alright, and that we will call a day. So, we're now using our polluted water to water our algae terrariums. We are also using our hot water to power our oxygen production, and I'm sure that's going to be toasty over here. Try and get a couple of wheezeworts over here, and then throw some pumps up here to handle our hydrogen. Yeah, so that's cycle 61. We'll also add some new research and a new dupe next time. So thanks for joining me. As always, if you've enjoyed what you've seen, please feel free to like or subscribe to the channel. I would appreciate both. And until next time, take care.